The signing today between Avolon Aerospace and the Boeing Company. I'd like to introduce our guests. First up to the table is Donald Slattery, Chief Executive Officer of Avolon. Thank you. Next is John Higgins, President and COO. CCO. And then Ray Connor, President and CEO of Boeing Commercial Airplane.
We're thrilled to be here. This is Avolon's first twin-aisle acquisition, and we've reached agreement with Ray and the team to acquire 6 787-9 aircraft, and we've also reconfirmed 5 737 MAX aircraft. And we are absolutely thrilled to be buying this iconic aircraft. It's the most beautiful machine. We've seen it out as we walked in today, and we're just thrilled to be deepening our long-standing and mutually satisfactory partnership with the Boeing Company. And John and I have thought about and noodled this aircraft for a long, long time. In fact, all the way back to our time in a previous aircraft leasing company. So we're really thrilled to have made this commitment to Boeing and moving forward.
Great. Well, on behalf of all of us, I think this is our third signing in a row at the air shows. We can keep doing this if you'd like. But I think this really speaks to the partnership, and I want to stress that with Donald and John, I mean, we have a tremendous partnership with Avolon, and it's because of the individuals that work there and that run the company. This is a tremendous leadership team that is well known within the industry, well respected, and they do a fantastic job. I think the work that they do in terms of their evaluation speaks volumes for the airplanes that they pick, and obviously with the 787-9, they've got a real winner there, and they know that. I think they've done their homework, and they've looked at it for a long time. And I would encourage everybody to, if they can, get out on the airplane and look at the video of some of the air shots that they took. We were practicing for the show. It's fabulous, and our team is very proud of it. But more importantly, I think going further with the MAX, and then now dipping into the wide-body market with the 787-9 is a real testament, not only to Avolon, but a testament to the Boeing Company and the products that we build and the people that build them. So with that, I want to just say thank you and how much we are honored by the fact that you've chosen us.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray. Now, I want to say one other thing while Ray is here. In January of this year, we launched a documentary called Pioneers and Aviators. And it tells the story of Ireland's iconic role in aviation over the last 100 years. And we'll be making it available to the public later this year. I bounced the idea off Ray last year at this, in Le Bourget. And I said, would you support this? Would you give our documentary team access to the Boeing archives? Because there's a very long, deep connection between Boeing and Irish aviation, particularly the Clippers that flew into Foynes. And Ray was all in and supported the project, and actually in front of the President of Ireland opened the premiere of the movie in Dublin last January. So I just wanted in front of everybody to embarrass you and thank you for doing that.
That was a great honor.
The other embarrassment factor is everybody in Dublin thinks Ray Connor looks like George Clooney. And he does, he does, right? I couldn't wait to do that.
Except for my wife. Oh, that's funny. Okay, that was good.
All righty then.
Okay, shall we sign them up?
Yep, sign them.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. That was good. But it's a great documentary, by the way. If you get a chance to see it, it's. I just saw it. We just saw the first portion of it, and it's really well done. Terrific. There we go. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you again.
Pleasure.
Appreciate
Thank you.
the partnership. It's terrific. Thank you.
With this morning's launch of the
So we're familiar with the A330neo, certainly the headlines. 787 is a different machine. It is definitively the most technologically advanced aircraft. It's had its teething problems, but now that's long behind it. And somebody asked me a question about 3 years ago and said, if I was starting an aircraft leasing company and could only buy one aircraft, what would it be? That's the airplane. I think this is the category killer. And I'm sad to say I've actually never flown on a 787 as a customer. So I've got to make that happen. Neither John nor I have, and we travel all the time. But we've spoken to lots and lots of airlines that operate this aircraft, people that have flown on it, and the constant theme is this is an airplane of the future. The passenger experience is above and beyond. Everybody talks about the window size. You know, it's just amazing the small things that become very material in how the passenger thinks about the flying experience. We're a leasing company, so we care about residual values at the end of the day. And we're very bullish, I think, on how this aircraft is going to perform. The bank market loves this aircraft. The financing available is deep and strong. And the leasing market, the rental levels that this aircraft is commanding are what I would describe as premium. Now, John talks to the airlines all the time. Do you want to add to that?
Well, I suppose a general comment is that in order for one airplane to be good, it doesn't mean another airplane has to be bad. So actually, this is a fantastic airplane. It has performance characteristics that the 330neo doesn't have. And we see them, you know, operating to some degree in distinct markets and being appealing to perhaps different customer bases flying different missions. So the customers that we talk to, the customers that have this airplane on order, are effusive about, you know, the reasons why they've ordered it, and I don't think the A330neo is going to change that.
Any other questions?
Tim, you were coughing there, as usual. That's right. Every air show you get a flu.
Yes, a cold.
Yeah. Everybody knows Tim Heffer from Reuters. Mr. Sudafed. Attack them first.
Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah, you're not sick this time.
That was for no quote, by the way.
That's right.
That was just for background.
Off the record.
Too late.
Yeah, we had a question back here.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure, and then we'll go over here.
What is the differentiation between the 330neo and the 787-9? Because Airbus is plugging the 330neo as a direct competitor to the 737-9s. It has the same cash operating costs.
Well, I mean, let Airbus pitch the A330neo and time will tell. But, I mean, this machine flies further at compelling economics. And it has very significant range benefits over what we understand the A330neo range to be. And there are a lot of airlines who want that and need that. And at the end of the day, this is a true 21st century aircraft. That's the bottom line. And, you know, Airbus have built a great airplane, the A330, and the market likes that aircraft. But I think these are apples and oranges, to be honest with you. This is a different machine, and the market demand and acceptance of it is pretty compelling.
Okay, back here.
Hi, quick question. Mike Lowe from Ice Fisher. Have you made an engine selection yet?
Not yet. We will do that probably later this year. With no particular timeline. There's no immediate rush. The market is evolving nicely between the various engine OEMs, and the engines are settling down, I think, nicely. The first Dash 9 obviously is going to deliver imminently, so we'll take our time. We'll be considerate about that. We'll try and reflect market demand. I mean, we're not there to arbitrage the market. They're both excellent engine options.
Okay, yes, Steve.
Steve.
John, do you want to take that?
Yeah, the deliveries will occur starting in 2019. And for the 737 MAX that were referred to earlier, because we're essentially firming up on 5 slots that were not previously firmed up, those airplanes will deliver also actually from 2019, because they're MAX 9s. So both airplane type, yeah.
77
Yeah.
Out of 9s.
How long does that go? How long is, how many years will it take to complete all of them?
I guess that's probably company confidential stuff in terms of the skyline, but you know, it's in a relatively contained period, I would say.
Yeah, John, I mean, it's important as well that we just take a moment to talk about this aircraft because Avolon, I think, John will correct me, but I think we were one of the first 3 lessors,
We're actually the second.
second lessor to order this airplane, the MAX, 737 MAX. And I can tell you, airlines around the world are panting almost to get that airplane into delivery. And we're anxious to get it as quickly as possible. It's great to see that the program is actually comfortably on schedule, from what we understand, which is great. And so we're very excited about the delivery of this airplane as well.
Any other questions? Yeah.
So, Vinay Baskar, aircraft.com. With your order for the 737 MAX 9, does that indicate that you're seeing growth in the sort of higher end of the narrow body sphere, and do you foresee that growth continuing as we move to the end of the decade?
Yeah, so I think we study passenger demand very closely. We produce our own. I think we're the only lessor that produces its own world fleet forecast. Dick Forsberg, who's our head of strategy. So we follow this very, very carefully. There's no question that there is a trend in upgauging. We've seen that now for the last decade or so. And my sense is we'll see it with the MAX as well. So I suspect that the MAX-9 actually will be a very compelling aircraft going into the next decade as airlines continue that journey of upgauging. And I don't see that stopping.
Have you looked at the 787-10? What do you think of that aircraft? Then more generally, Jim McNerney made some very interesting comments in Aviation Week about the lessons to be learned from boarding technology. Airbus...
From which technology?
Jim McNerney was talking about the 787's history and saying it demonstrates the risks of hoarding up too much technology and trying to do a space shot in one go. Brochet this morning was talking about doing things more quickly, nimbly, more agile. It seems that this is a much more sort of sober industry that we see here, maybe learn from some of its mistakes. I wondered, your perspective on that, do you feel that manufacturers overshot and went for something unrealistic and now coming back to their senses?
Now it's here.
Yeah, I mean.
But now it's here.
Yeah,
Right.
It's actually, this is a philosophical debate that we have all the time, right? So if you think about the developments in aircraft and aviation, commercial aerospace, so we had an amazing journey through the 60s and 70s, and then we produced the Concorde. Actually, very little has happened since then, bar efficiencies in engines. Speed hasn't improved. So, at a macro level, you could say that the industry hasn't developed fast enough. However, this particular aircraft, the Dash 9, or the 787, broke through multiple barriers, and Boeing had the challenges of introducing that technology. But as Ray has rightly said, it's here now, and its reliability is right up there. The passenger reaction is extremely positive to it. There is no question that the OEMs, be they the airframers or the engine guys, are going to continue to push and challenge the boundaries of what's technologically acceptable. The big issue, of course, is to try and manage supply demand and ensure that there's financing there to pay for these aircraft when they ultimately deliver. So I suspect that technological advances will continue, but what we've seen at Boeing for years and years and years is that each year, and with every single aircraft they have in production, they make 1-2% tweaks here. They do this, to do that, to get a little bit better burn. And so the massive leaps, so to speak, are few and far between. But each year that aircraft type is improving, whether it's 737, 74, 78.
And the Dash 10?
Dash 10, do you want to take that, John?
Yeah, we've looked at the Dash 10, and in fact we have rights within this deal to take some of the airplanes as Dash 10. So it's an airplane that we think will work very well in the market. But like all lessors, we're not operators, so we don't want to define too early the mission that we need the airplane to perform. For us, it's about having the valuable real estate which we have with these slots, and closer to the date we can determine in conjunction with our customer base whether or not we take it in a particular variant. But I think the Dash 10 is a fantastic airplane.
Okay, any other questions? No?